Skagway. Perhaps the most haunted gold rush town in North America. Paranormal investigator Mike Cook had an eventful ghost hunt at the former brothel, the Red Onion Saloon.
Yeah, that was a female. Oh my God.
Now he's back at base, poring through the footage. He's found something rather mysterious.
I had actually set this camera down on the floor midway down the hallway. I then went off and did something else in a totally different part of the saloon, and the noise that is caught on the mic of this camera is pretty interesting. There was a loud bang, and that got my attention. What was that? I said, "What is that?"
The finger points to the brothel's evil bouncer.
The bouncer is obviously trying to get my attention. And then this happens. I found an electronic voice phenomena that said this. She made grave mistakes.
An electronic voice phenomenon, or EVP, is a recording captured of a spirit's speech.
Man, that is so clear. You could clearly hear the gentleman say, "She made a grave mistake." That's what makes this clip so amazing.
Mike is in no doubt that this was a message from the ghost of the bouncer.
All of the evidence that he is up there is right here, and I got it all.
This stunning message could relate to one of the working women. Perhaps a victim of the violent bouncer murdered him.
They got into an argument, and she stabbed him, and he died. So he could be referring to, she made a grave mistake of stabbing him.
But Mike has another theory. The victim who sought revenge could be the woman who was mercilessly branded on her face. Lydia.
She couldn't make money as a working girl. The bouncer was throwing her out. She probably got mad, turned around, stabbed him, and when she realized that she had made the biggest mistake of her life of killing somebody, that's when she probably hung herself. This could be the entity of the bouncer letting us know that Lydia made a grave mistake. Everything would add up.
But this case is not closed for Mike.
There's definitely spirits there. There's just more to that story, and I feel they want to tell it, which is why this investigation is not over.
And it seems the Red Onion Saloon will always rightly stake a claim as the most haunted place in Alaska. But the evil in the triangle is perhaps not only evident in the paranormal. It also manifests itself in creatures that come out in the night. And even the smallest of them are deadly. Legend tells of a tiny but deadly evil known as the Little People.
You have to be careful because they could steal your children, they could vanish into thin air.
Perhaps these sinister creatures play a part in Alaska's thousands of strange disappearances.
Here we have a newspaper report that shows evidence for the abduction of humans by little people. There is definitely something going on in the Alaska Triangle.
Alaska, thousands of square miles of unexplored terrain and forest. But deep underground, there's supposedly an even murkier, hidden, subterranean world. It's believed this is where the Little People live. cryptozoologist Lance Hightower has been investigating this sinister phenomenon.
All around the world, we have legends that exist of gnomes, leprechauns, and the like. In the Alaska Triangle, you have what's called the little people. A lot of the locals say that they are small in stature, but also have superhuman strength, such as being able to pick up a boulder or a caribou.
Author and researcher Hugh Newman has also been looking into the legends.
There's been lots of stories about who these people really are, whether they're actual, alive, kind of small human beings, or whether they're otherworldly beings who just emerge at certain times when the veil is thin between this world and the next world. These little people live underground, and so you rarely see them.
But these terrifying creatures may not be mere legend. Incredibly, there's believed to be physical evidence that the little people do exist. Mysterious, tiny, tool-like objects, close to an inch in length, have been dug up by archaeologists all over North Alaska. In 2011, some were found near Lake Macharak in the gates of the Arctic National Park.
They found spearheads, knives, different blades, and other such things, which are so small that not only would normal-sized human beings find them difficult to make, using them would be a whole other story. And so, is this small tool tradition actually evidence of little people living in the Alaska area?
This could be proof that this tiny race of people existed.
But for native Alaskans like Kituviduak Litchard, the proof comes from the many stories of the little people that strike terror among the communities. Otherwise known as the Urson rat, these creatures have a fearsome reputation for stealing children.
They're often seen by people in the villages. A lot of the population has had encounters with them.
One native woman reported that her daughter was targeted by little people in the south of the Triangle.
In a place called Palmer in Alaska in 2005, a little person was witnessed running through the landscape.
The young girl was thought to be in the same area, alone and vulnerable.
She was way out in the country, and a little person came up to her.
Her mother reported her missing.
She completely disappeared and was never seen again. And so the relationship between these little people and disappearances in the Alaska Triangle has become quite a big story. And it suggests there may be a connection between them.